So let's go straight into race updates. So I found out last night hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. You join me running in a very freezing cold Essex right now. It's minus conditions. We've had a lot of snow over the last couple of days, but most of it has melted away and the ice is gone. What are we talking about in today's video? So I've got a couple of updates in terms of training and races, but more importantly I'm talking about that post-run recovery, some tips I'd like to share with you in terms of what I like to do on how to be in your best shape and the most recovered state between your runs, and what you can do at home to get you on that daily start line being as most recovered as you can be. So stay tuned for that. So let's go straight into race updates. So I found out last night that the Royal Parks Half Foundation half marathon on April the 11th has gone virtual, which you probably see was coming. I've opted out of doing the virtual event on that particular day just because I had the big half lined up 2 weeks later. What does that mean for the big half? Well, I don't see it being on, if I'm totally honest with you, but you're probably wondering why am I training, why am I still aiming. Regardless, I'm going to bring you guys on board and on this channel a time trial effort, whether it's on that day, most likely it will be, but definitely we are training towards an April half marathon. In the current climate with such big mass participation races, it's just too unpredictable for them to be on. I'm sure the smaller races will probably take place way sooner than the mass one, so you never know, it could be a time trial or it could be bringing you along in my first race experience with a GoPro, so that would be pretty cool. In terms of training, so last week we hit another 100k week, and this week and for the next few days just doing a slight deload week with the aim of doing a 5k time trial. So I'm looking to do that possibly this weekend, most probably it will be next week. I'm definitely going to film that and bring you guys on board with that time trial and just sort of test where the fitness is. I've done a session last week which was 6 by a kilometre with a 2-minute walk rest, and it was really good. I felt as if I am to crack 17 minutes eventually one day, I need to be doing stuff like this and also to that specific pace. So I'll put the stats up on the screen for what we did. A majority of last week, obviously with the weather, was easy running, just with the one session. This week, yeah, we've gone into a deload with a slight session tomorrow, and then we just manage it until the weather is ideal. But moving on to the main part of the video, in terms of recovery and what I like to do, what I mean from that is post-run. The minute you stop your watch, head back indoors, is what you can do to put yourself in the best shape, and the tips and tricks that you can apply at home. This is all at home and stuff that you can do to recover, get yourself feeling better for the next race, and obviously to flush out any soreness, any aches, any niggles from stuff like techniques that you can do at home. So there's 6 tips, so let's get straight into it. So tip number 1 is hydration, and what I mean by that is that post-run hydration as soon as you get in from your run. So what I like to do is to mix up a recovery shake, which is usually 500 milliliters of water along with some recovery powder, and then maybe have like a banana with that on the side. There is a 20 to 30 minute optimum window for you to gain and absorb protein and carbohydrates, so the best thing is to try and maximize that window and get that fuel on board. Tip number 2 is probably as you finish your run, I like to finish maybe 5 to 10 minutes away from home and just walk the rest back home. This gives the body the opportunity to finish the run, and also you're not finishing right at the door where you can then walk straight in, sit down. It just allows you to flush out anything, and also gives you time to reflect on the run that you've just done, and then you can walk in to post-run stretches. I mean, there's a lot of science out there which says whether you should or should not do stretches, but what I like to do is to stretch the main muscle groups for 20 to 30 seconds after the run, focusing on the glutes, the quads, the calves, hamstrings. It's nothing strenuous, and you should be careful, obviously, in terms of the activity that you are doing, on how rigorous the stretching should be. So walking and stretching is tip number 2. Tip number 3 is ice baths, cold showers, and how you can increase the blood flow to your muscles. So in this current climate, I will not be taking an ice bath. Nope. What I do like to do is to run my legs under a cold shower for a couple of minutes, get some nice and cold, and then you sort of run the warm water over it, and then you step out the shower, which gives you that sort of blood rushing to the surface, and you allow your body to promote good blood flow to the areas that are in need, such as your legs. So tip number 3 is after hard sessions, or after stuff which are sort of to get that lactic out of your system, is to run your legs under the shower nice and cold for 1 or 2 minutes each side, or take an ice bath, which is probably something I'd do in the summer. That's tip number 3. Tip number 4 is nutrition along with active recovery. So within a couple of hours of finishing your run, you want to have a nice nutritious meal, something protein, carbohydrate based, lots of fresh fruit, lots of fresh veggies. So something that can repair the body, something that enables you to give you energy through a nice nutritious healthy meal. Something like pasta, potatoes, rice, bread, along with something, if you're vegetarian, a substitute protein mix. You saw my what I eat in a day video, which gives you an insight into what I like to eat and those staple meals which I kind of stick to. And on the side of that is recovery running. After hard days, rule number 1 is you have an easy day. Keep things easy, running to conversational pace. Right now I'm running at 750 pace and I'm talking to you on the camera, so this is for me to feel easy running. Keep those easy days easy, which allows you to push and make those hard days hard. You can cross train, you could even take a rest day, whichever you prefer, and obviously gauge it by however it is that you feel. So those two things complement each other. I do like to take an active recovery run, nice and easy, switch off, and it allows the body to recover. So number 5 is massage, and what you can do at home as self-massage and tools that you can use in your armory to work on that soft tissue, work on that fascia, and work on increasing the blood flow to any areas that are sore, any areas that maybe slightly niggly. Able to use things such as a foam roller. I personally don't use it as much. I prefer to use Roll Recovery R8, which I got directly from them. I just find it a lot more easier. I can sort of dig a little bit deeper with the tool itself. I also have, since last summer, I got a Theragun. Really good in terms of working on those areas. I mean, these tools are only as good as the amount of time you're going to use them. There's no point having them in your locker and not actually using them. They are there to help you. They are there to work on the soft tissue. They're there to sort of help you work on the blood flow. They also help you to increase your range of motion. So yeah, my two things that I do use are the Theragun and the R8. For my feet and my calves, I use a R3 tool, or I use a lacrosse ball, which you can probably get something off Amazon. They're good to work on that plantar fascia on the feet, work out any niggles that you get in your feet, because they take a lot of abuse. So those are the 4 things. So we've got a recovery ball, we've got a roller, you've got R8 roller, foam roller, along with a massage gun, which are sort of soft tissue work that you can do literally whilst you're watching TV, whilst you're watching YouTube, whilst you're watching this video. If you do like this sort of content, just drop a like down below, and obviously drop a comment if you have something to share. Subscribe to the channel, got loads more videos coming up in the very near future. So that was tip number 5. So tip number 6 is sleeping, and why sleep is so important. It's the nature's way of repairing your body. I can't function on anything less than 8 hours, especially if I was doing a session in the morning. And also these bunch of tips are great for injury prevention. How to stop injuries from occurring, getting your body in the best possible shape that you can run every day and do this every day. So sleep for me is crucial. If you like to nap, I'm not a huge napper, but if I'm doing a double day and it's the weekend, I would have a nap in the middle of the day just to repair the body. So getting in some quality shut-eye is probably one of the most important tips. Although it's in number 6 position, it's the one that overrides all of them. So tip number 6, getting in quality amounts of sleep. If you need to take 9 to 10 hours, do it. Distractions away and give your body the chance to repair. So that's tip number 6. So guys, I hope you found those tips useful. Those are just 6 easy things that you can do to improve your running or improve your range of motion, your ability to recover, and your ability to tackle each run every single day. It's one of the big things that I changed when I broke sub 3. I changed my ability to recover and ability to tackle each run each and every single time. So that video is coming up on how I broke sub 3, and a couple of you have requested that. I think that'll be super beneficial for you to know how I went from 3 hours to sub 3 and consistently do it each time you do lace up for a marathon. And what else is coming up on the channel? So we've got a review of the Invincibles over 100 miles. So this run has just topped up over 100 miles. They're really good, really comfortable, really like them a lot. It's a really nice easy day shoe. So that's coming up along with 5k time trial video, which I'll bring you guys on board. That is going to be an absolute sufferfest, but we're going to give that a crack. So that will give us an indication on where the fitness is and where I am sitting going into April. And for these time trials, I'm not going to mention the races anymore because they're not going to happen. So I'm not going to leave myself with a disappointment. So let me know in the comments, let me know down below. Make sure you drop a like and make sure you subscribe to all of this content that is coming up on the channel, and you hit that bell notification down below, which is right next to the subscribe button. So thank you for watching this video. Thank you to all my new subscribers, and thank you for helping me grow this channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.